Howdy ho, my peeps. Gosh, I haven't I haven't uploaded anything in a while, although I have probably 2 videos worth of stuff that I want to share with you guys. But I will probably upload this first because Grant and I are making an unexpected and last minute trip to Oregon. We're going to leave here in about 40 minutes, drive as far as Brookings, probably spend the night there, and then finish our trip over the next couple of days. So I'll probably end up getting a lot of footage of Oregon. It's so beautiful, the place that we're going. So yeah, but I tell you, sometimes I feel like my life moves along like a jerky, ancient roller coaster. Rush up one side of it and then boom, stop, and then boom, rush down the other side and begin to start a turn, and then it'll start to chug along and start and stop and start and stop, and then whoosh around a corner and up another hill. That's what life has been feeling like to me lately. It's been really hard for me to get a handle on the stuff that has to be done methodically and in a organized fashion, like laying the tile in my addition room and working on the painting that we want to do outside and finishing up the Airstream so that we've got that to take with us next summer, and that kind of stuff. Just lots and lots of mid to long range projects that need a schedule, and I have not been able to schedule. So I'm feeling a little like the bottom is dropping out underneath my projects and my progress, but such is life, right? So anyhow, I just wanted to let you know what we're doing the next couple of days, and I'll be back with an update. We are heading out of Red Bluff, California, and we'll be going cross country to the coast here in a second. But I had to show you this. This may be one of the last functioning public telephones anywhere. Gotta capture this piece of history. So it's tough to see through the windshield, unfortunately. But we're going through Del Norte. What?
Coast Redwoods.
Del Norte Coast Redwoods State Park. And those coast redwoods are pretty big. Not as big as the ones we have at home, but they're still
taller,
pretty big.
But not as big.
They're taller, but not as big in diameter. Yeah, they're pretty tall redwoods. That's a whole lot of white water out there, as Grant just mentioned. It's right down below us there, at the bottom of the hill. Really something. I think this is the first true Pacific storm I've ever actually watched. I've spent many a minute or 12 sitting in this car watching Grant take pictures and videotape of whatever it is. Videotape. God, does that date me? Shoot video, let's put it that way, of the areas where we travel and look at things. Although we don't travel and look at things all that often, thank goodness. The idea of traveling and looking at things too much just really puts me off my feed. Okay, so I was all ready to upload this video, and I figured I better shoot just a little bit of explanation about our trip. It was unexpected, didn't have any time to plan it. We found out we were going to do it in the morning, and by 11:30 we were in the car. We drove straight through. It was about it took us about 11 hours to get there. Checked into a little motel, got up, did our business the next day, and had lunch with my son. I finally got my calamari. I wanted seafood so badly when we went over to the Central Coast, but I just uploaded those 3 videos, and as it turned out, we never did. We never went and had, seafood like you're supposed to do when you go to the Central Coast. Anyhow, but after our business was concluded, we stopped at a funky little hole-in-the-wall seafood place in, what town? I can't remember the name of the town. It starts with a B. Not Gold Beach, not Bandon, another place. I've talked about it in this video already, so my dementia is showing, and so is my exhaustion. We had a nice little lunch, hopped back in the car. I got all that footage of the storm as we were coming through, and we drove 12 hours straight to come home. Well, about midway through, I wanted to stop, get a motel room, sleep, and finish up, the next 5 or 6 hours of driving the following day. Grant didn't want to do it. We had a big old fight. And I realized that I could stop and get a motel room, and if he wanted to sleep in the car, he could. Of course he wouldn't, but I was being petulant. Anyhow, we decided, or rather I decided not to. I decided, you know what? I can do this. So I drove about 6 or 8 hours the rest of the way home. We drove in our driveway around 1:30 in the morning, and I couldn't completely relax, so I finally got to sleep around 2:30. And yesterday I was worthless. I was so tired. I was sick to my stomach. I had a headache. I was just nervous. It wiped me out, that drive. So I've learned something. For me, now at this stage in my life, I will drive 6 hours in any direction and absolutely no more. Preferably only 4 hours in any direction. And that actually was the advice that Abigail gave me when we were driving back east back in 2014. She says, the best way to do this is let's drive for 4 hours, stop wherever that is, have some fun, sleep, get up the next day and go another 4 hours. And that's pretty much how we made it across the United States. Not blowing through, but making sure we stopped at least every 5 hours, but usually it was every 4. So I think pushing that up to 6 as my complete and total limit is reasonable. So anyhow, poor Grant. I mean, when I get tired, I get really mean and surly. He had to listen to me bitch and scream and moan for all of California. You had to listen to that. So, oh, wow. Hey, if I wasn't going to get any rest, he wasn't going to get any rest. So we seem to be past that. And anyway, so I was worthless yesterday. Yesterday was soap making day at the neighbors. And boy, I love that day. We do that at least twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year. And yesterday was the Christmas soap workshop. So Gracie and Lorena from across the street and the neighbor's mom, who I just love, all got together and made a cinnamon, I think it was a cinnamon orange soap. I'm not sure. And that's what last year we did it. And this year we're going to do it as well. That's what we generally give away, when we give gifts to people. It's generally a bar of homemade soap. We've been making it throughout the year, so we'll have quite an inventory of handmade soap. So I've got my Christmas covered. In addition to, in fact, I told Grant, I said, this year, Christmas is all about what Abigail calls loving hands at home. Everything's going to be homemade. Most of it's going to be repurposed from something else. I am going about as low tech as one can possibly go with this year's Christmas gifts. So I will be giving away things like dried apples, jars of pickles, jars of chutney, the soap, obviously. I'll probably I have a lot of linen that I bought years ago. And I think I'm going to make linen hand towels. Kitchen towels. And I'm not going to make them real fancy. I'm just going to make them plain linen, but hem stitched. So they will be a real traditional way of putting together a kitchen towel. And so that's coming up for the Christmas workshops for this year. So last night was bad, upset stomach, couldn't sleep, really thirsty, just not doing well. But today I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I can function. So what we are doing now is I'm out in my front yard pulling weeds, which you're never supposed to have to do here in October. That's crazy, but I'm out there pulling weeds. I am contemplating picking up some Roundup and spraying the crap out of this place when my family is looking the other way, because every year I'm the one who has to work the string trimmer and the mower and hire somebody to help, and it's a big mess. So I think once this grass gets about twice as tall as it is, when it gets to be around 8 inches tall or so, then I'm going to suit up in my hazmat stuff, which I have. I have hazmat stuff for this kind of thing. And I'm going to get out there and I am just going to spray to my heart's content. So anyway, that's coming up. The other thing we're doing, I'm going to take a bunch of pictures. Maybe I'll share them with you guys later, but I have decided to paint my entire house green. The whole house is going to be green on the outside. The way it is now, it's all cobbled together with a little bit of white siding that's got some unfinished wood next to it, and I've got some purple trim and some white here and there. I mean, it's just, well, you've seen it. So what I want to do is have everything the same color. And then I'm going to reconsider, because what I may end up doing is painting part of the front white, well, a really light tan or a very dark cream, and then build a brick facade that comes up about 4 feet or so, 3.5 feet. And all of that is in homage to the house I grew up in from the time I was born till the time I was 10 or 11 years old. When I think, when the word home comes to mind, that is the house I remember as being home. That was my childhood home. And that's what my parents painted it. All the stucco was this wonderful deep mossy green color. All the trim was this very, very dark cream color. And then there was a brick facade that came up on parts of it. So I believe that I may go in that direction. I'm finding that anything that had to do with my childhood is what I want to surround myself with for the rest of my life. I'm surrounding myself with my childhood, at least until I get a different idea. But right now, that's the idea. And so, yeah. What else is going on? Oh, ow. Oh, God. This guy right here. I love this guy. I love to kiss him. Oh, he's purring. And when I kiss him, well, it's not just a simple little, no, it's more like this. Do we all do this with our cats? I think we do. I think cat people, we're a certain kind of breed. His sister's not interested in coming up here though. So anyhow, yeah, I'm just blathering at this point. Oh no, I was talking about painting. Okay, so I'm going to start on the back of the house. I got a bunch, and I think I showed it to you guys in a different video, a bunch of, I think you call it, it's not bullnose, it's oak trim that's been rounded on both sides. It's about this wide and about this thick. And I bought, I don't know, maybe 700 sticks of this stuff on Facebook. And I'm going to use it as a batten on the outside of my house. Every place where I've got wood that comes together in, in panels, like siding type panels, I'm battening all of those joints. Then that's what I'm going to paint. So in my next video, I'm probably going to show you guys the kind of before and afters and the progress that we're making. And Grant is inside on the phone, and he should be outside cutting up wood. So I'm going to go in there and pester him, and then get back to work on outside. Boy, is it a beautiful day to be outside. There's a cloud cover mostly, but sun's coming in as well. There's a little breeze, perfect temperature. It's probably 70 or something out here, maybe 73. And I am burning daylight by not getting out there and working. So I'm going to get out there and work, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.